which is a lot to help serve their country. And this area is dedicated to them. And my wife's students made a little mural of how all these men served. They served, of course, in the Revolutionary War. Unfortunately, some of the people in Perth Amboy wore green, which is the Loyalist color. Then you see, from the War of 1812, Commander Kearney. Behind him you see a ship, the SS Constellation. Above him is an air balloon. That is the first flying airship made in the United States, made in the world, and it was made by Solomon Andrews, and he made it behind the Barracks School Administration Building. Abraham Lincoln came to talk to him about it in New Brunswick. He was told to submit a plan. It never really got through. He wanted to use it as a observation during the Civil War. They could throw bombs down on people with it, but it never went through. So he got mad and he took the ship, set it up in the air, and let it go. Never to be seen again.
Just went off in the clouds.
Yep. Next you have the Civil War. New Jersey Volunteers fought in every major conflict in the Civil War. One of their generals was Kearney, who I mentioned, and he did stay in that house a little. Next is World War I. I sort of modeled it after my Uncle John. There is a woman that's a nurse in World War II. One of the women in New Jersey, Perth Amboy served. That's my wife's uncle, Micho. We made that to look like him. And that is Sergeant Sadowski. There's a Marine. Notice the Marine is a black man. The Marine is one of the few units in World War II, the Marines and the Navy, which were integrated. Okay? Over here, Johnny Petak, standing in an Air Force uniform. Johnny Petak served in the Flying Tigers. He was in Sadowski's homeroom with my mother. And he flew in Burma and China against the Japanese. And just before the Flying Tigers were disbanded and sent back to the United States to be part of the Air Force, he volunteered for another mission. And he was killed. Over here we have the Vietnam guys. And I made one of the Vietnam guys in Hispanic what's the guy's name? Korea, Ivan Korea, who was one of my students in the old Amboy High, who was killed in Vietnam.
How many?
And then, of course, this guy is the guy that goes out and puts the flags on the graves. I showed them. That's a Huey, and the Air Force has jet planes. You see a destroyer very similar to the one that was at the Armory. You see a Coast Guard cutter. And all the members of the armed forces are represented here.
How many people here have Mr. Kowalski or had Mr. Kowalski? So he's a veteran of Vietnam.
Okay, and you shake his hand and you say thank you. So these are all, things. That's what this area is dedicated to. Here's where all things are decided in the city of Perth Amboy. Remember that the rules and laws are decided here. The police enforces them and the judiciary enforces them. But the laws are made here by the city council and the mayor, which meets here every month. Okay? Okay, now while you sit, we can see the mayor's office and a mural done by Tommy Ward. Yeah. And over there's the market square, which we're going to walk over and see in a little while. You see the proprietary house as it was with 2 stories, see it? The Cardi Cottage with the kitchen attached. See that? St. Peter's Church. Great Beds Lighthouse. Had an oyster schooner out there in it.
No, this is the frieze on top of the art building, the Museum in Philadelphia of Fine Arts. This sculpture on top of this frieze was actually made at the Terracotta Works in Philadelphia. So if you ever see Rocky when he runs to the top of the stairs and he puts his arms up, like in victory, above him, if you see that frieze in the Rocky movie, that was made in Perth Amboy. And that's why it's here.
And including the lion, I told you, the lions on the steps of the library.
Patience and fortitude.
Made here. In the building that they tore down to build the checkers. It was very important that they built it.
George Innes's house. Isn't this amazing, guys? This beautiful?
Yeah.
And you're going to see another mural in the spiral staircase at McGinnis School that was made by the same artist.
Miss, do you know when they started painting this?
Wasn't that long ago? Just like in the 90s.
Look, and there's a cross on top of that.
Yep. This is the... Where? Oh, man. Guys, they take